Another area when I want you quickly look at this evening is the state of the Nigerian economy and the prices of things. Maybe we start from this naira for crude. When we see they won't give Dangote, we say federal government say they want to stop them. Would you look at the economy of the country? You as an economist, how you take first of all assess the economy of Nigeria?
Well, first of all, people with the government, they're totally distracted. The most important thing we're supposed to focus on this economy, quality of life of people, they aside, because then they show politics don't take over everything. They call it what they have for Nigeria triumph of politics. And sometimes their own individual interests, they so damaging to the economy that they don't feel look when you tell them the truth of what they're supposed to do. The idea of naira for crude, for local refining, for Dangote, it makes a lot of sense. But personal interest, look how much fuel they are import. You check how much fuel they import now. You go see how, this self-interest don't distract us. So many wrong decisions there. I don't talk before for TV. Say NNPC, now one of the MPs, NNPL, whatever they call them now, is one of the most opaque organizations in the world. Because of this opacity, and one of the most important phenomena for economics, now information availability. That is to say, if somebody don't get the complete information, the decision where you go make will go one way, but so somebody will get better information. And because NNPC no day or NNPL, whatever they call them, no day transparent, you know if it measure which they really happen. All along when they talk about subsidy, and they say to 70% of this thing they call subsidy, the money within is cheap, no be subsidy. If you first say, make sure nobody will steal this money again, you go see, say, first of all, most of the subsidy don't go. Secondly, even if you go do subsidy, most countries, they do subsidy. Europe, America, agriculture, they fully subsidize. But if you want to do subsidy, you go there within a strategy. You know the benefits that it will bring you. But our own, no one subsidy, we go do subsidy, no strategy. So, ready win, black it lose. We not get coherent policy. The best policy now for us to say, look, certain commodities we want to produce plenty, because your exchange rate, all of these things, which determine output, production, and export. But when the things where you could produce plenty, when you feel produce plenty because you get, the economists they call factor endowment for those things. You know, if you identify them, do industrial policy to focus on those. Then you don't go get growth. And if you don't get growth, I still going to borrow up and down. And I think the government measure you just borrow to survive now. And pray for oil price to increase and proceeds to come in and use to service these huge debts. We need to change all that. We need to build coalition, what would they call them, for a developmental state. People who they committed say that development is the reason why we stay here. No be whether this man get power or that man get some side place where they take money from government. Unfortunately, we never organized government like that yet. The ineffectiveness, inefficiencies, so much. Okay, we say that we have problems with the economy. We want to reduce costs so that we can ensure that we save money and put it into the areas that matter. So, what your government they do? President buy new plane. They buy new motor, will be like Monster. They buy yacht. Papa. Now waiting. Not be so that they do economy, I beg you.
Okay, let me say they do economy. You dey hear what problem talk since equal. You are a young man, and you dey move around the country. You don't do businesses well. Now the question is, how you did assess the economy of this country? The things where they tell us for newspaper and television, yeah, and radio, with what they on ground. Is there any proof say we dey go front?
Yes, they get contrast because waiting that they tell us now political statements. They know they deal with the actual economic issues where they affect us. Like for instance, if you talk about business, one of the most important things for business is logistic distribution of resources, which is one of the basic things economic talk about, rational distribution of resources and services. And if you look us as a country, we they dwell so much on vehicle transport. That's why fuel they prominent, because I can tell you for free that 95% of vehicles are driven by fuel, whether in diesel form or PMS. Now, if you want to be competitive for us to grow, you have to look at transportation, which is distribution. And to do that, take example from China. They get one of the best network of railway system. So if you can bring a railway system that can adequately compete with road transport, which is the vehicle one, you will find out that most of these transport issues, we go reduce them at least by 50%. So in other words, if I dey go a place like Lagos, go do business to Benin, the transport cost for me, if I dey bring goods, it go dey very reduced. And these are the drivers of any economy. Because the farmer where they produce for north, if he knows say if he produce enough, he go get to a destination on time, he go increase capacity. But if he know that there is a challenge bringing his goods to another region of the country, he go dey discouraged to produce more because he go dey think of how do I get these goods, make them not spoil, may I not suffer loss. So he go dey manage how he produce. I think for us, most of the time, one of the biggest problems we get, the people where they run our economy, if you look at them, they are not even people who are oriented in the economists as it is, and they get the local economists. And outside that, the recent thing we don't notice for economists, is economists get a human face, which is consumers' behavior. Because what really drives any nation is consumer goods. Now that business where the roadside market woman, the akara woman, the bread seller, now those business really they drive the local economy. And that one, now really be the per capita income we will look at. So for our own case, we just play around the dynamics of aesthetics, say USA dollar, crude. No, but the local economy is waiting the drive and we dey ignore them. And that is the core. And we talk about consumer behavior in that regards, we need to understand trend, how the Gen Zs, how the younger ones, they behave, their lifestyle, their habits. All these things, they reflect the direction where they go. Now, one of the biggest problems we get, we ignore consumers' behavior for economies. And I can tell you for free that if we employ the right lifestyle on our own as individuals for this country, we go first check our economic challenge by at least 35% and above. Because your lifestyle, they determine a lot. And why we blame government, which government has failed on their part. But government are a collection of people from the masses. And the masses get habits. For example, now look the way they carry out occasions. Look the way they build. Look the way they do things. You go see waste. You go see extravagancy. So if we not start to look at our individual clauses, how we do things, first, that one will affect us. Because not only when we don't go through very serious hardship, now some of us, they adjust. We like to live in luxury. And some of the people where they buy their goods, the lifestyle where they live, they know they live those lifestyle. So you see, so if you want to look at economies, it gets so many areas for economies where you look at how it affects our country.
Okay. Prof.
Yeah.
Still on the economy, the get one thing will happen recently. Thank God you be heard that statement, so I'd like to ask you this question. Now, recently, for Abuja, I think one CNG vehicle or so get accident and they catch fire and all that. Will they get this issue of fuel, vehicle, tanker where they carry fuel when it go burst into flame and people go die? In other climes, and what do you think will be for supposed to be the permanent solution to that kind of a thing. Because in a way, now inside the economy, now that in there, some will happen, people will go scoop where, some will happen for, but in other climes, there's no better way where we'll take carry fuel than that kind of thing.
Several issues there. First of all, we say, not just better clients, even for our country before.
Yes.
Not be so fuel they move for.
Oh, for this country, so?
Yes, this very country, not be so fuel they move. The time where I be small picking, my papa they work for British Petroleum.
British Petroleum.
BP. After I become AB, then eventually, they call it now, Fort or whatever. But 1962 to 63, we dey live for Guzo, for Zamfara State today. And they get a tank farm for there. How petrol they come? Petrol will come from refinery for Port Harcourt by rail all the way to Guzo, and the tank farm, the railway pass inside the tank farm. So when you pull up inside the tank farm, you could discharge the petrol into the big tanks, and then from there trucks could take to nearby petrol stations and all of that, and so that now one way. Eventually, we decide to build pipelines. We build pipeline, we go from Lagos or whatever the place, Port Harcourt to all the way to Kaduna, continue, but waiting happen. All kinds of interest. Those we get tankers, we want to move the thing. The failure of NNPC to maintain the pipelines and all of that, everything begin go for motor. They kill people. The third thing, they say, poverty, there's so much. Say people, they, decide to risk their life just to get a small change from stealing petrol from tanker. They don't see the thing happen again and again and again. Don't kill so many people. Still, because of the way the poverty is, they're not here. The fourth thing be public enlightenment. They need massive public enlightenment. In fact, you need a law that says if petrol tanker fall, if we see you such a distance near to it, you will go prison. Then, combination of all of those will help reduce this sad situation.
Okay. Yes. Now, move talking on the economy proper. The way we don't always hear professionals like una outside government will talk about say, we need to produce something, we need to be doing something, we need to be doing something. But now, when those same people enter the government, like now, throughout the how many years of Jonathan, where the economy will not get anything, they're supposed to do something. For this next president, Buhari time, economy will not produce anything. When are we going to be producing something when we say it will come make the economy good?
Maybe the thing where they talk about people-centered government. See, for 1956, Nigeria contribution of manufacturing to GDP, now just 0 point something. No manufacturing in Nigeria. That time, only 2 factories, I think, Federated Motor Industries and Nigerian breweries. By 56, 57, self-government come. People still there, but they don't be Nigerians now, they in charge, the ministers. Between 1957 and independence 1960, manufacturing shoot up dramatically to 20% of GDP. How that thing happened? Now, because serious politicians who want to serve the interest of their people begin to enter position. Although, start with the Ikeja Industrial Estate, then clear that area, demarcate the thing, go they find investors who will build factories for that area. Women they start, Okpara say no, I want to do pass also. In begin Aba and Trasamadi layouts for Port Harcourt. 2 major industrial estates. Kaduna start their own for Kakuri. The one for Kakuri become the hub for Nigeria's textile industry. At one time, that area be the highest employer of labor in Nigeria outside of government, the textile industry. But one of the factories we opened for 1960, they break even within 1 month. They pre-sell their production for the next 6 months for England. So Manchester merchants don't buy up everything when they go produce for 6 months. So you see how the development come that fast. But today, state governors, they spend most of their money to buy motorcade, cars, and all kinds of things will not be relevant.
Which means the bottom line is that corruption still be one of the problems.
Yes. Corruption and misguided goals. Because if governor no say, any state of America, you see governor they go somewhere, 3 cars follow him. The next election he will lose the election. 3 cars.
3
but
cars.
I know how many cars they pass when our governors they pass.
Okay.
Now we don't get money. Now we just spend that kind of money.
Okay.
Put to kid for governor alone. Something not they correct because the governors they don't know what they do. They don't know their ambition. They don't know their purpose.
Okay.
Compare them to Okpara and Awolowo and Ahmadu Bello.
Okay. Equal time not there again.
Yes.
Let us know the economy. What will be the role of government now? What will make the economy better pass how it be now?
First and foremost, government are product of miseducation. And I will take this on a very serious note. Our education, day 40. Because now you get engineers where you go do 5-year course and they're not doing practice waiting the study, not just the theories. So if we talk government, just remember, say government are products of our education, our institution. We need to go back to our education, reset the programs in a way that will make us more practical oriented than just the theories. You cannot give what you don't have. You can only deceive yourself, but you cannot give what you don't have. If you say you get pharmacists, you get engineers, what are they producing? If they are not producing, check the school programs. Is they encouraging them to produce? And if that is not the case, that means you have to go back there, readdress them. And when you readdress them, you'll get the right quality of persons where go enter power and they will know what to do. But I will tell you again and again, there is miseducation in our country. We need to address that. Yeah, miseducation. We need to address that part first.
Okay, Prof.
Yeah.
All right, time not there again. Just as an elder statesman, just advise the people listening to you, Nigerians. Talk to Nigerians.
Well, Nigerians now on hand the future day. Now not fit blame politicians because if we want to stop them dead for their tracks. Now need to speak up when things don't go right. Now need to act. When we did university in the 70s, anything go wrong for country within hours don't school main roads. They know this will be happen. So Nigerians need to find their voice. And Nigerians need to commit themselves to production. I know say part of the problems with production today, insecurity. You go farm, you meet people way big kill man, and the whole purpose of providing security, go they defeated. So we need to organize better as citizens, form cooperatives, produce our way out of poverty, and ensure say we make the educational system better. See, if education no good, healthcare no good, everything else na banza, they go anywhere. Ensure say we get good healthcare and education.
And the same thing where your son submit for you with that too. Yes, I say if education not good, every other thing abanza.
Not true. True.
Okay, Professor, we thank you for the time we take join us this evening from United States of America. My people for us now, we talk to Professor Pat Utomi, like I talk, in a professor of political economics and the person who don't read book well. He likes to impact on young people, and that's one of the reasons why we bring out the program. You can see that from beginning to the ending, his English did very flawless, and his pidgin did very flawless. Even past my own way and even the anchor pidgin program. Prof, like I talk, we will continue to work on this collaboration. We will see how we will impact more on young people with their country. You don't do well for BIU, but I'm going to drag you the full body, even if you be head statement. So that,
no, we thank God.
All right, thank you very much, Prof. So, my people for us, Equal Benson, I thank you,
Thank you so much.
all the time when we say you do. And I want to salute Mrs. Equal Benson, at least for this kind of night, when we see they let your husband always come this program all the time. I want to salute you because it's not easy. You know, when man say we want to go do program for night, they'll go say now night now they do television program. So I want to salute you for that opportunity. Well, we'll wrap up the program today. We'll do it again on Monday. Until then, God bless Nigeria. My name is Noah Palolo. Good night.